What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today in this video we're going to talk about 6 big tech stocks. And now let's get right into it with what better way to start than Meta. And not to toot my own horn, last night I said it in my video, Meta still holding 214. This blue line 5 SMA is support. That means one thing, we're going to see a move all the way up to 220, and that could come early as tomorrow, if not Friday morning. And look at this, guys. This thing blasted through 220 resistant, ran all the way up to 221, and now trading at 220, holding that as a support into closing, up close to 3% on the day. And this is what happens when you see a stock in a strong bullish trend and not seeing a significant pullback, just consolidating. I mean, look at this. It was basically right here in between 209 to 215 for 1 week, and now today finally took off over 220 now. Now the next stop on Meta will be up here at 228. I don't know if that's going to happen before getting a pullback, but as of right now, this thing still looking extremely bullish. And now we have support at 220, 216, 211, 207, white line 20 SMA, and then the gap down here at 201, which is a long way down from 220, guys. Now Meta and all the other mega names will be releasing earnings in next few weeks, so that's gonna be something to watch. I know the last earnings, it was okay, it wasn't that great, but the buyback from Meta, you think these stocks are going up just because retail buying? No, there were a lot of buyback from the company itself. Same thing with Nvidia, a lot of buyback, and that's why we're seeing Meta skyrocketing, Nvidia skyrocketing almost up to 300, guys. Same thing with Microsoft. It's not small money buying, their own company buying their shares, and that's why we're seeing stock like Meta, Nvidia, Microsoft all going to the moon. It's not, retail traders buying and pushing the price higher. We all know that. But how much longer they're going to just buy, and buy? There will be a time when they will start selling. And soon as they start selling, all these gaps, it don't matter if it's Meta or whatever stock that is out there in the market, all the mega names, Microsoft, Apple, Google, everything will fill the gap. And we're going to see that once they start selling, nothing will stop. These things can come down easily also, but as of right now, the company is buying. If the company is buying, it's not going to come down. And not only that, machines are set up to buy, and hold long on these mega names, and that's why it's not coming down. So you got two forces buying. We got algos, machine buying and going long. We also have the companies buying their own shares, and that means what? Two big things buying the shares of Meta, Nvidia, or any other big names. A lot of big names are getting bought up by their own company, and that's why we're seeing massive move to the upside without any big earnings beat or any huge catalyst. We're just seeing like Meta, Microsoft, Apple, everything going to the moon. But for how long? That's the question. Like, for how long they'll be buying, and when they will stop buying and they will start selling. That's when market will come down. All these mega names will also come down. As of right now, the technicals, I said it last night here on this 6 big tech stocks video, that the trend is still bullish until we break something, especially here on this one. This thing breaks 197, then in the short term, trend will change. As of right now, it's still buy the dip and day trade on Meta. If you're shorting, this could be a short right here, but if you're shorting here at 207, 209, that was a bad idea. I mean, look at this, 220, I was smelling it. It was coming. 220 was coming on Meta, and it came today. And I've been calling it out for the last few days that 220 will be next stop, and this thing got up to that stop today, 220. So going into tomorrow, 216, 211, 207.88, big level of support on Meta, And to the upside, 220 can hold. This thing can still push all the way up to 228. And now we're going to look at Apple. And just when you think Apple is going to die, I actually got calls on Monday. 162.5 calls today, went through the roof. Unfortunately, sold out, not holding anything, but that's how sometime market plays you. I mean, look at this. This thing was ready to roll over, and I said it last night. We could be filling this gap before heading higher. And again, just like this gap, left the gap open, came down to 160, not filling this gap down here for $1.50. And now look at this insane move today, guys. Up $5.46, 3.41%, and looks like we could be going up to 167.67 to even 170. At least that is the next stop on Apple. Now I did take a position on Apple today, shorting it, and I'll be adding more into my position. If this thing does not stop here at 166.84, if it goes up to 170, definitely I'll be getting some more puts on Apple. As of right now, 165 holds. We're going to see 167.67 and then 170 on Apple stock. As a support, 165. Below that, watch out for 162.51 and then 160.86, white line 20 SMA, 160, and then 158.49, gap on bottom. Now we finally closed the gap on top at 165. So let's see what Apple stock does going into tomorrow. I mean, this was a massive move. Are we going to see some sort of pullback, maybe some sideways consolidation before heading higher, or coming down to fill this gap down here at 158.49? If you are thinking about buying Apple here at this level, definitely not a good choice to go buy Apple at 165. You want to wait for a pullback, at least down to 158.49 down here. And now we're going to look at Amazon. And Amazon stock yesterday was looking like it was going to roll over from 97. We could be going even lower. And look at this today, guys. This thing opened at 98.95 and took off 102.57 high for the day. And guess what? Now it's trading above all the moving averages here on this daily chart, and that is looking bullish. From a bearish looking candle, now we got a bullish looking candle, and that means one thing: Amazon can hold 102. We're going to see a push all the way up to 104 and possibly even 108.88. So going into tomorrow, strong support to watch on Amazon: 102, 100, white line 20 SMA, 98.35, and then down here at 97. And now we're going to look at Google. Google stock is up 2.82% on the day, and now Google stock, where we got rejected before, once again holding 108 as a support, and now we also have support at 107 and then 105. Google stock also opened at 106.47, and this thing never came back down, and I've been talking about it that it's holding 105 and looks like getting some consolidation right here in between 105 and 107, and it's just about time we see a breakout, and now again it's holding 108 as a support. So if that holds tomorrow, we're going to see more upside, possibly up to even 110 on Google. As a support, 108, 107, 105, and below that we could be rolling over all the way down to even 100 on Google stock. One more thing I want to point out, and not only Google, same thing with Tesla. We have lower Bollinger Band moving up. It's close to 100. And also, upper Bollinger Band not moving up anymore. It's actually coming down. So whenever you see something like this, that means what? A big move is coming. And I think it's going to play out to the downside, because this run is already, a big run here on Google stock. And now only thing I can see, possibly get up to maybe 110, maybe even 120, and then we see Google rolling over and coming down, because Bollinger Band will not allow Google stock to move any higher until we see this Bollinger Band expands to the upside. It's not going to move higher. It's not going higher more than 110 going into tomorrow. And now we're going to look at Tesla. So just like Google stock, I mean, look at this. Upper Bollinger Band sitting at 202 and the lower Bollinger Band sitting at 176. So it does not have too much room to move. Yes, possibly can go up to 200 and can come down to 177. And so far, it's actually trading in between these two Bollinger Bands. And we're not seeing this upper Bollinger Band expanding to the upside. And that means one thing, earnings coming next week on Tesla on 19th. And we're going to find out if Tesla will break 200 and move even higher, and this inverse head and shoulder will play out, or we're actually going to break this neckline. And if that happens, this thing will dump with bad earnings, possibly will come down to fill the gap at 146 down here. So going into tomorrow on Tesla, looks like it's holding 185 is a support, blue line 5 SMA. So tomorrow 185, 177 as a support on Tesla to watch. To the upside, 185 can hold. Watch out for a move all the way up to 190, 192, and if we can get past 192, Tesla back in business, we're going to see 200 on Tesla. So another market leader, Microsoft, up $6.35 on the day, 2.24%, and yesterday it looked like Microsoft wants to come down to 281 to fill the gap before heading higher. And look at this, guys. I mean, this is insane market. We got two gaps on bottom. It came down, but not enough to fill the gap at 281. And now we got a massive green candle and almost got that breakout above 290. But also in the short term, it's extremely bullish, holding above 287.43. So basically, Microsoft sitting above all the moving averages here on this daily chart, and we have a positive slope here on all these moving averages. So that is a bullish trend on Microsoft. Only thing we need to break is 290, and it's heading up to 294. As a support tomorrow, 287.43, 284, and then watch out for 281 to fill this gap down here. And we will also have support because we have white line 20 SMA align with this gap at 281. And that's all I have for you guys tonight. Thank you so much for watching.